This is your girl Miss Jae. Episode 17 of Alchemy of Souls started with Jang Wook confronting Jang over his identity, especially when the mysterious man recognized the sword he was holding. However, all Jang Wook discovered is that unsheathing his sword in Kema village would be dangerous because
사술자를 잡으러 온 천부관 술사는 적이지.
Jang Wook lifted his sword and stated that the man seemed to know who he is. Jang replied,
천부관주의 칼을 들었으니 그의 아들이겠지.
Jang Wook does not recognize his father's face because he only saw his father as a baby and never seemed curious about him. The two engaged in a short conversation about the Gwonju and his ugly past without Jang revealing his true identity. Afterward, Jang somberly stated,
도화가 제일 가엾지.
And proceeded to detail that she was so beautiful and everyone in Daeho knew her. Later on, Jang demanded why Jang Wook is in a place where people secretly practice sorcery despite it being forbidden by Songrim. The young master explained that he is there in search of a shaman who is very good at performing curses and soul magic. Jang Wook grew more curious about the old man who surprisingly knows Shaman Choi. The young master only discovered that
최씨 집안은 그 옛날 서경 선생님께 멸문당한 술사 집안이네.
Jang also told his son that his curiosity for sorcery could cost him everything, and once that happens, it will be too late to go back. After that, the two went on their separate ways, with Jang Wook still unaware of his father's identity. Meanwhile, So-yi is in the middle of proving that she is Jin Buyeon, and luckily opened the door to Jin Yo-won, thanks to the real Mudeok's surfacing power. Hokyong tearfully celebrated the return of her daughter, while Mudeok recognized the swindler from their previous interactions. At the same time, Jin Moo and So-yi find themselves confused when they saw Mudeok who witnessed the scene. On the other hand, a shocked Park Jin got wind of what is happening at Jin Yo-won and reluctantly yet suspiciously believed that Buyeon may actually have been found. As Mudeok contemplated why her eyes will hurt whenever she go to Jin Yo-won, Jang Wook suddenly arrived. The two spent some time together and affectionately teased one another, making each other laugh. More sweet moments followed as Mudeok further realized her unstoppable and deepening feelings toward Jang Wook. Shortly after, the young master mentioned that the crown prince is also suspicious of Jin Moo and the queen. In the next scene, Jin Moo visited the crown prince and talked about the king's obsession with the king's star. He explained that Master So Kyung did not save the world but controlled it instead, by forbidding people from using the power of the ice stone. Jin Moo added that
얼음돌은 유한한 것을 영원하게 만들어줄 수도 있습니다.
He hopes to lift the ban on the alchemy of souls by creating a new order where only those specially chosen, like the crown prince, will be allowed to use its power and presumably gain eternal life. Jin Moo further persuaded the crown prince that his idea is worth considering, especially now that Buyeon who could find the ice stone has finally returned. Meanwhile, Mudeok told Jang Wook about So-yi who was now believed to be Jin Buyeon. She reminisced that she once ran into the blind woman in front of his master's house and helped her pick up her cane. She also noted that nothing seemed weird aside from the fact that the supposed Buyeon was now carrying a very expensive umbrella that Mudeok once bought for So-yul. So, they confronted the handsome mage about the umbrella and the friends arrived at a shocking conclusion that
진무가 찾아서 데려온 진부연이 그 사기꾼 소희야.
Later on, So-yi contemplated the truth behind Mudeok's eye mask, which has a Jin Yo-won crest on it. Shuddering in sudden fear and disbelief, she realized that the real Jin Buyeon who can sense things beyond her blindness is actually Mudeok. Worried for her life once the truth was discovered, So-yi's contemplation was interrupted by Cho-yeon who comforted her fake sister. Mudeok was brought up in the conversation and So-yi grabbed the chance to set Mudeok up in a bad light by saying
그 무덕이란 애한테서 어둡고 불길한 기운이 느껴졌어.
and advised Cho-yeon not to get close to someone like her. Afterward, Woo-tak warned So-yi again to keep a distance from his daughter and assured her that the real Buyeon is dead. Knowing the truth, So-yi decided that she just needed to make sure no one will discover Mudeok's real identity. Elsewhere, the three childhood friends agreed to find concrete evidence first to reveal So-yi's deception. Jang Wook also acknowledged that Jin Moo probably has something big and powerful that even if Jin Ho-kyung finds out about the truth, she will not be able to do anything about it. Simultaneously, Jin Ho-kyung was starting to have doubts about her newfound daughter. She has the same scar and mole Buyun had as a child, but not the same ear shape as far as she remembers. However, Ho-kyung dispelled the thought thinking that she might not remember things correctly. In exchange for helping find Buyun, Ho-kyung granted Jin Moo's wish to look inside Jinyewon where she once forbid him from entering, and apologized for her harsh treatment of him in the past. Jin Moo then cunningly persuaded her that she should quickly choose her successor and appoint Buyun as the next leader. With this, the groundwork can be laid for Choyun to become the crown princess. When this didn't work, Jin Moo calmly retaliated that Ho-kyung's power is not strong enough to retrieve the ice stone. He then exposed his knowledge of how she unsealed and gave the ice stone to Jang Gang in the past to save her first child. Without accusing her of anything, Jin Moo conveyed his desire to return the ice stone back to Jinyewon as a gift. This way, Ho-kyung can have both the ice stone and her long-lost daughter. In return, she must fight Songrim to protect the ice stone and possess absolute power over it. Meanwhile, Master Ho-yam confirmed that the soul shifter they're housing in Songrim can now breathe. However, Park Jin is still uneasy knowing that Jin Moo is plotting something new and is now unafraid of being caught. At Cheonbugwan, So-yi is unveiled as the Danju of the secret organization and the future leader of Jinyewon. The queen planned to use the swindler to bring the ice stone out into the world and shift souls with her body. Later on, Park Jin was told that the leader of Jinyewon gathered a unanimous assembly without discussing it with Songrim. The royal family and Cheonbugwan were also invited to the unexpected meeting. Here, Ho-kyung vented her frustrations at Songrim's recent actions in an attempt to put a stop to what they can do. She also discredited Songrim by presenting the ice stone. Things escalated quickly when the leader of Jinyewon revealed the ice stone to everyone and claimed that the item has always been in Jinyewon. With this, Mudeok and Jang Wook quickly realized Jin Moo's plan. The villain used Ho-kyung to bring the item into the world, and the queen/shaman Choi will soon have her soul shifted into the fake Buyun. Meanwhile, Jang Gang was shown roaming around near the palace this time. Master Lee told maidservant Kim that Jang Gang will have to show himself with all the fuss going around. He then gave her a spell-casted letter to be given to the Gwonju once he came back containing instructions that Jang Gang will carry out. Going back, Songrim is accused of being fraudulent because, 1. Everyone thought that all the ice stones were destroyed by Master So-kyung, but one was left unharmed, and 2.
소홍님이 사술 잡는다는 핑계로 얼마나 술사 가문들을 단속해왔습니까?
As a result, a quarrel broke out over who will rightfully keep the ice stone. At the same time, the mother of the body housing Master Kang's soul visited. Carelessly touching the soul shifter, it woke up and drained all her energy. At the assembly, Jin Ho-kyung tried to drag Songrim down by taking over the right to gather the assembly and taking charge of discussions about the ice stone. She suggested using the ice stone for everyone's benefit, but Park Jin strongly disagreed and argued that it should be destroyed, to avoid further conflict. Adamant on destroying the stone as per Master So-kyung, Park Jin decided to use force and ordered Jongjin-gak mages not to let anyone leave with the ice stone. Looking at the grave situation, Mudeok banged the drums and gathered everyone's attention to Jang Wook. He then declared,
얼음도래가란 석영 선생님의 모든 뜻은 심서에 남아있다 하셨습니다.
The king ordered for the book to be brought to the assembly. Jin Choyun, accompanied by Park Dong-gu, is given the task to get the book. While everyone at the assembly tried to remember what was written in the book, Jin Moo wondered why Jang Wook is trying to stall for time. Park Dong-gu realized this as well and quickly stopped Jin Choyun from going back to Songrim. He explained to her what he was trying to do and revealed the truth about So-yi as well. Back at the assembly, Jin Ho-kyung said,
초연이에게 저 아이 보는 것이 불편하다 했다고.
And becomes interested in Mudeok. Jin Ho-kyung's suspicion about her newfound daughter increased and started to keep a distance from her, which Mudeok quickly noticed. Elsewhere, Jang Wook informed the crown prince about the queen being shaman Choi. Jang Wook added that the real queen's soul is still alive and is most likely in Gemma village, which Yunak Kim frequently visited. Swearing to find the real queen and reveal Shaman Choi's identity and evil scheme, Jang Wook needs the help of the prince. The crown prince and So Yeol thought that Jang Wook lied about the book to stall for time, but Jang Wook told them that Master So's true will really exist in the book. Back at the assembly, the king was fascinated by the ice stone and wanted solid proof of its powers. To do that, he ordered to kill someone and bring them back to life. He chose Mudeok as the test subject and offered some gold as payment. She subtly seized the opportunity to get her hands on the ice stone and regain her powers even if it will cost her life. Mudeok was relieved that Jang Wook was not there to witness the scene. While Jang Wook revealed that Words of the Heart was a letter that shows the foolishness and heartache of a man who was willing to go against the laws of nature to save a loved one, Mudeok is preparing herself to be killed by Jin Ho-kyung. Looking at the scene before her, So-e was amused to witness a mother kill her daughter. Alchemy of Souls episode 17 ended with Jin Ho-kyung starting to choke Mudeok to death. Unexpectedly, a memory of Jin Buyun's childhood flashed, and with the blue marks in her tearful eyes, Mudeok faintly uttered the word,
어머니.
This terribly shocked Jin Yeon's leader, who instantly let go of Mudeok. Tears ran down Mudeok's face as she lost consciousness, and the sky mysteriously started to darken. Thunders roared and Jang Wook's serious and anxious expression ended the last scene. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to Miss J for more recaps. Bye.